Peacemaker. Let's talk about it a little bit. 95, 85. Who cares? Either way, it does. It was a leak, and I saw someone I saw the leak, and then I saw someone ask James a question of like, they said cunt a lot and a lot of full frontal dicks. How'd you get away with that? He was like, oh, HBO doesn't care. And I was like, that can't be real. It can't be real. It was real. It was real.
Gooch, how many wieners do you think you like stared you made eye contact with in that scene?
I didn't look at any. And,
I hunted.
It was probably 3 for me.
I hunted.
Like trying to avoid them. There were just so many you couldn't avoid them.
Yeah, it's like Captain Hook. Every time you turn around, someone had a clock, and it's
Well, the comment after of like, because he was being what's his name, watching him in the house there, and
Economos.
I
forgot.
He was in season 1. Yeah, and like
I almost used the F word.
Yes, is he in the orgy? And like Rick Flag asking him, and he's just
taking part in it.
Yeah, is he taking part of it? And he's like, well, he's I forget, some kind of sexual, like, and I'm just like, oh, we really got to go there, like we got to like openly sexually, like he's.
Yes.
It's like,
so that Gary tweet. That Gary tweet you showed, an account that I'm usually a pretty, avid follower of, reposted it being like, oh yeah, well, Daredevil also was for kids. Let's stop pretending that all comic book things. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, but no, this is the follow-up to Superman, which is, whether you like it or not, all ages, family friendly. Like, you can't just hedge your bets and do a main entry in your DC universe on a hard R-rated project. That wouldn't work. Like,
Daredevil's also not for fucking kids, not the Netflix version, not even the Disney version. That's what
he was saying.
I watched the Kingpin crush and rip someone's fucking head apart to like comically.
No, that's what he was. That's what the account was saying, is that Daredevil obviously wasn't for kids. Not all comic book stuff needs to be for kids. I'm like, well, yes. While I agree with this,
right?
Peacemaker shouldn't be a main thing in the DCU, which should be a family-friendly, family-oriented universe.
I don't have no problem. Show all the dicks you want on HBO Max. My point is, why would you make it have significant? I know why, because this is like he's abusing the algorithm. Of course, he's going to connect everything to Superman, but you've also got Superman that's for families and Peacemaker that's not for families. So even if it makes sense from the algorithm or whatever the fuck marketing standpoint to do it, really it's just an excuse to canonize all the things he wants to canonize.
Well, yeah, and like, his whole big shtick was to promote Peacemaker and say, well,
there's a lot of big shticks.
Who are we talking about? Yes. Superman was for kids, and Mom, what's a harem?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Drunken Supergirl, and then we're gonna go to R-rated body horror.
Oh, Drunken Supergirl. Go ahead, Mox.
So I'm not even into the second season. I just started season 1, and 2.5 episodes in, you see a beaver shot from the lesbian couple. There's people complaining about what they've seen so far in season 2. It's in season 1.
You saw I wasn't looking. You saw not Adebayo, but the wife.
She had it on the iPad, and she was like, I didn't know that it would just automatically download. You see a beaver shot.
It's the first season where you see a pussy pic on Adebayo's phone. That's true. That's right. Yeah, you do. No. That's
at the gate. It has all these things. People are complaining about the second season.
First season
away.
The only thing is, Moxie, you have to remember, under the first season was, at the time, it was DCEU. James had there was no fucking hint of him taking over, and it was marketed as being outlandish and HBO Max and James Gunn, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But that's fine. But then I would argue, once you became lead of the fucking DCU, that's when you make big boy decisions and you just leave it in the past and you make new characters, new canon. He said, no, I'm just going to keep all that fucking shit and retcon everything else, thus making the sequel to Superman his raunchy shit that used to be in an island. And hey, he's going to explain it to us, because he can't not fucking explain it to us. In an interview with TV Insider, Gunn said, he was asked rather, what was important about including that orgy scene, which also puts Peacemaker's bisexuality on display. Gunn responded, I think people have come to expect Peacemaker's extreme. I mean, I'm trying to really be careful and warn everyone that it is a continuation of Superman, but it's also for adults. I think that's important. And we have it before the show. I talk about it all the time. Was it important to show? I don't know. I just think that it's a moment That's a fucking word salad.
It's a
I don't know. I
moment
just think that
that's
it's
a
a moment that's a moment.
It's a truthful moment.
Time is like time.
Did a Joe Biden or Kamala Harris
It's a
quote?
truthful-
Jesus Christ.
It's a truthful moment where Peacemaker is sort of relapsing. He's sort of falling back into old behaviors because he's not getting what he wants. He's rejected by Harcourt. He's rejected by the Justice Gang. And so he reverts to covering up his feelings in the way he did before season 1, which is through drugs and alcohol and sex and all the fun things that make life worth living. Oh, sorry, he didn't say that last part. But we get to see it in action as opposed to him just talking about it on screen, or off screen rather. But, so that's fine. I would have argued a couple of shots of it in like time lapse of showing that he regressed, but it's long, drawn out, panning shots.
Yeah, give us like 3 sets of boobs,
And
2 butts, and
sexual
1
thought.
wiener. But it's like it
That's
just
the
keeps
appropriate ratio.
going.
Bisexual
and
is so
going.
2025. It's a whatever. Of course he is. Fucking.
Well,
This
he
is
did in
one.
season 1. He did have a 3-way with his buddy. So
Did the Eiffel Tower?
Tell me
Probably.
again about how
As
why
you
you guys love season 1, right?
I
How?
have no
Why?
problem with season 1 because he's a lovable fuck up that just wants to be a hero, and he kind of gets a moment when he saves us all from a alien menace, an alien invasion. But that's also why he's upset at the second season.
The Suicide Squad. I liked him in that, but
So this is the change. If you're not gonna watch it, this is what we retconned.
Late, you fucking dickheads.
What a meathead.
Screw that guy. You know he tells people I'm a puke freak?
The Peacemaker.
God, I hate him.
Yeah, as opposed to the Aquaman who's like, he tells people I fuck fish. I don't fuck fish. Yeah.
I'm glad
I
you guys
can't
like
believe I'm
season
saying this,
1.
but it would have just like legitimately been easier to do a multiverse story. Like the Snyderverse was like the other universe. Like
Leon, allow me to explain to you that there's an entire multi-pocket dimension portal that they have that the government is tracking the energy signature of, that his daddy found, made, discovered, that because he lives in his dad's house, that is just a big fucking warehouse of a bunch of doors and technology, and one of them leads to another reality that everything is different. It's not that you could have easily made it. He even says it. Sorry, we read it earlier, but just for Leon's edification, Gunn basically just said you were right. Could I make it so that season 2 Peacemaker is the DCEU Peacemaker, even though he's not really the DCEU Peacemaker, and he walks through that portal and that's where the DCEU Peacemaker is? I could have, Gunn acknowledged. People are like, how are normies going to understand it? The answer is normies don't give a shit. Normies don't care about all this canon stuff so intimately. And if you're Alan Ng, that's probably true. But a lot of other normies do give a shit about it. Alan, you know it's true. Unless you've read it, then you care.
So I have the version of HBO Max with commercials, unfortunately, and they've been running an Applebee's commercial featuring Harcourt and Economos, and it's which appetizers they're going to order, which combination, and they mentioned the multiverse and what happens if we choose the wrong one. Is it going to create an infinite things? We have to order all of them. Like it plays over and over and over, and I hate it.
However, Normid you are, I can't believe you nailed those names. That's a sign. It's being like, hey, James Gunn's clearly wrong about normies because Normie Moxie here just nailed those names from a fucking Applebee's commercial. Just saying.
You called someone Norm Dat Bajar. You said Normie that you are. You fucking strung it to who's Norm Bat Bajar? Jesus. Okay. This is
Scott Cass in One Piece.
These are the Easter eggs, obviously. So yeah, this is one thing I noticed. This is the talk show that you commonly see in Superman, the Sphere. Metahumans forge urgent response and reflection as metahuman containment, and they do mention Arkham Asylum and was it Iron Gate as metahuman containment systems fail. Experts debate the ethical and practical implications of how society should respond to superpowered individuals. Latest black eye for Argus, public safety. So starting to I don't mind shit like this. In the alternate reality, you see Peacemaker is an actual hero. His dad is alive, and instead of a racist piece of shit, he's also a hero, and his brother is alive and a hero. So
he looked like Rocketeer in that first episode.
Yeah, it's a little bit of